Hello friends. Freedom of speech cannot be absolute. That's not me saying it. That's Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav reacting to the latest controversy around Nora Fatehi's song. But here's the real question we need to ask ourselves. Is this really about freedom of expression? Or are we simply using that phrase to avoid taking responsibility? So what exactly happened? Let's find out in this video. A song featuring Nora Fatehi, originally from the Kannada film Crude, The Devil, has sparked massive backlash. And not just mild criticism. We are talking about severe public outrage, call for bans, political reactions, and industry-wide debates. Interestingly, the same song exists in multiple languages, but it's the Hindi version that has triggered the strongest reactions, which itself tells you something very important. It's not just the idea of the song, it's how that idea is expressed. Now, to Nora Fatehi's credit, she didn't stay silent. She openly said she was uncomfortable after watching the Hindi version. She even thanked people for the backlash and clarified that she distanced herself from the film after seeing how it turned out. That's not something you usually see in the industry. Most actors either defend the content or completely avoid the topic. And then comes the familiar industry defense. Some people, including the director's wife, are saying when songs like Choli ke piche kya hai were accepted then, why object now? But that argument doesn't really hold anymore because audiences have now evolved. And more importantly, there's a difference between the suggestiveness and crudeness. Earlier, songs suggested. This is far more direct and far more lazy in its writing. Now, let's come to the most important part, the actual lyrics. Let me read out some of the original Kannada lines from the song in Crude, the Devil, and I'll translate each one for you. ಮೇಲೆತ್ತಿ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಇಳಿಸಿ ತೊಟ್ಟಿಡ್ಕಂಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಳಿಸಿ means lift it up and bring it down, let it drip inside. ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಖಾಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಖಾಲಿ ಖಾಲಿ. If it goes in and comes out, everything will be empty. ಮೈ ಮೇಲಂತೂ ಚಲ್ಬೇಡ್ರಪ್ಪ, ಬೇಜಾರಾಯ್ತದೆ. Don't spill it on me or I'll get annoyed. ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗುಟ್ಟು ರಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತದೆ. If you go home, your secret will be exposed. Now, pause for a second and think about what you just heard. Because the director says this is about drinking a bottle of beer or alcohol. And then explain this. Why describe drinking as lift it up and bring it down? Let it drip inside. Goes in and comes out. Everything will be empty. And then add lines like, my mouth is dry, I feel thirsty. Let's be honest. If this was genuinely about alcohol, it would not be written like this. This is clearly structured as a double meaning and not even a subtle one. This is not accidental as well. This is clearly deliberate. The lyrics are written to trigger a specific imagination, and when multiple lines point in the same direction, it stops being as a metaphor. It becomes intention. Now, let's address the Hindi lyricist. His difference is simple. I did not write the lyrics on my own, I only translated what was already there. But that argument does not stand. Because translation is not a mechanical process. It is a creative choice. And that's where the Telugu version becomes very important. The Telugu song was written by renowned lyricist Chandra Bose, and he handled the same source material very differently. He didn't blindly translate. He adapted. He refined. He made sure the song remained engaging without becoming crude and crass. So now we have two clear approaches. One lyricist says, I just translated it, and another lyricist says, I will adapt it responsibly. And that difference tells you everything. Because clearly a better version was possible. A more decent version was also possible. A more creative version was possible. And yet the route was not taken in the Hindi version. So this is not about creative freedom. It is about choices. Nobody forced anyone to write those lyrics. Nobody forced the filmmakers to approve them. And now, after the backlash, everyone starts talking about creative freedom, freedom of speech, etc. That's why the statement by Ashwini Vaishnav matters. Freedom of speech is very important, but it is not absolute. And more importantly, freedom comes with responsibility. Here's my honest take about this issue. If you have talented lyricists, better examples, full creative control, and you still choose cheap, obvious double meanings, that is not bold creativity. That is lazy writing. That is manufactured controversy. And audiences today are smart. They can tell the difference. So, what do you think about this issue? Should such songs be banned? Or should audiences reject them naturally? Let me know in the comment section. And if you like this breakdown of mine in this issue, like, share, and subscribe for more sharp, no-nonsense analysis like this. Thank you very much for watching this video.